Hello again, my MMA true believers. I am Jason Burgos for Sherdog.com, and tonight I am joined by a man looking for vindication in his return to the octagon at UFC 252. After a short notice debut that did not go as planned, this former Fury FC light heavyweight champion returns to this division of glory to take on UFC newcomer Jorge Gonzalez, and that man is the Hurricane himself, Ike Villanueva. Mr. Hurricane, sir, thanks for the time to talk your octagon return.
I appreciate it, brother, man. It's a pleasure being on with you, man.
I mean, I was looking forward to it. I got a bunch of questions for you now. Before we move into this fight come up, I want to go back to your debut in May that I just mentioned. A key factor in the fight was the low kicks that Chase Sherman threw by the end of the first. They were obviously having an effect on you and your movement and stuff like that. How much did those kicks end up affecting your performance physically, maybe even mentally on a level, and breaking up your strategy, your focus in that fight? Or am I maybe looking into that too much and it was just more than that?
Man, it was I knew that was his game plan. Like I said, man, leave the excuses at home. But 6 days, we fought in the heart of the pandemic. Nobody was doing nothing back then. You know, I was working full time. We weren't training. Not a lot of blood flow, not a lot of training that caused that to happen. But Chase, man, he had strong leg kicks. He hit the same spot twice. With the odds of that, legs swelled up, and I couldn't move, man. Hey, man, but that's a great game plan by him, man. So once he hit the legs, my movement was off, and my striking, I couldn't push off. But you notice the size difference from the heavyweight to the light heavyweight.
Yeah.
That's my machismo. That's just my blue collar lifestyle. And I wasn't scared to back down for nothing. And hey, man, I showed some heart. I ate some good shots. I took some good shots. I returned fire too, but it was hard because Chase is so big.
Yeah.
I didn't guys be able to spar guys 6'4". I had none of that back home, and some of those shots I did land, I missed them. It's crazy.
You went in, you went 9 years since the last time you had lost a fight by a knockout.
Yeah.
Was that result just further evidence, kind of like along with what you're mentioning, like when it comes to these highest levels in the UFC and stuff like that, different from Fury FC, definitely, you are not a heavyweight, and that power, that's just a whole nother level. This is more proof that it's not the right thing for you.
Yeah, it's just the size. The UFC, I could beat any local guy in heavyweight in the local scene.
Yes.
Now we're talking about the best of the world. We're in the league now. This is the NFL. This is everything. You're in the league, so you got to be ready. You got to be smart. And there's divisions for a reason. And I feel confident being at 205. But like I said, hey man, I'm excited, man. I changed a lot of things. So after the loss, I'm a veteran, so I soaked it all up. And after that fight, I told everybody, I told my corners, I learned from this. I said, we went back home, we fixed it. I hired a strength coach, Coach Lissa Cantu at Grindhouse. We went straight to work on the legs, build that leg strength back up. That's my main focus. And hey, I'm out here in Vegas at Xtreme Couture, and man, this is crazy, man. I'm loving it so far.
Now, going into that fight, and I talked to you a bit about it too. Going up to heavyweight, that's not the level you were just fighting at light of heavyweight. You even fought previously at middleweight and stuff like that too. Going into the fight, obviously you're excited. Oh, UFC debut, all these things. There's all these reasons to be excited, feeling motivated. But on some level, did you say, you know what, like 205 is my optimal weight. Like, this is not the best version. Did you even feel like, did it even hurt a confidence on any level? Like did you go and think, damn, I don't know if they're really going to get the best version of me in this debut? And did it put any concern? Or you were just excited? You were just happy to be there. You felt confident you could win.
Hey, man, like you said, when the UFC calls, you answer, you say yes. You don't tell them no. You say, oh, hey, get to the back of the line. That's how it goes. And like I said, man, I knew I wasn't in the greatest shape, but I knew I had a punch of chance, and I'm strong with my hands. If I land, you were going out. And I landed, but I just didn't land that big shot because he kept his distance. He was very long, so that's what caused me not to capitalize. And I wasn't going to take his big butt down. That boy's huge. And hard, like, man, you don't want to get on the bottom and be on the end of that punch. That's part of it. Hey, man, swallow my pride, and, hey, man, be a veteran, soak it up, and come back stronger. Most guys can't do that. One defeat will break them, and they don't know how to bounce back from that. With me, hey, man, I sat down with my wife, and we talked about what needs to be done, and she's like, I'm doing this full time now. There's no work distractions. I'm doing this for my family. I'm out here in Vegas right now. My wife's 8 months pregnant at home. Man, my sons, Isaiah and Anthony, they're there. My daughters, they're at home. Man, I'm doing it for them. This now. It's my time now.
And going to kind of what you mentioned too, that this fight's going to be back on 205. You're already doing things and changing things, because in that fight versus Chase, you weighed 232. Now I saw, like we talked about a little bit about Instagram. You mentioned on a post recently, you're down to 220 now. You're looking fantastic shape. Yeah, there's confidence going into your UFC debut, because you were a UFC champion. You were on a 4-fight winning streak. Is there a different kind of confidence now because you are in this even more optimal shape? You're doing the work, like you talked about, strengthening the legs, all these kind of things. You're on a more specific diet, because there's a lot of fighters that, yeah, the not cutting weight is a great thing about maybe moving up, but for some guys, like say BJ Penn, he was optimal at 155. He wasn't optimal at welterweight, 145. Cutting the weight, being on a specific diet really does wonders for somebody. Do you feel a different confidence with this one because of the training? You're getting more training for this fight. You're going down in weight, new diet. Do you just feel different right now by a lot compared to, say, 2 weeks out from that debut fight?
Yes, sir. It's all mental, man. Everything up top, man. The confidence is there. I feel good, and that's how it should be. I mean, you should wear weight. You want to fight a heavyweight. You fight heavyweight, guys start eating whatever they want, start eating bad.
Yeah.
This is a strict process I got to follow. I've been at 85 before, but 205, I'm strong, and I feel, man, I'm excited, man. But like I said, there's the mental toughness, and you got to stick to it. You got to have to be disciplined. If you get undisciplined, you're gonna fall off and be missing weight. And you see that, like, there's a lot of guys missing weight during this pandemic, because you can't use things. I mean, I'm very surprised, man. I'm old school, man. Sauna, I'll sit in the Epsom salt, and I'll do the, man. That's do the hard work, man. In Vegas, it's like 115 outside. I've been running 4 to 5 miles. I'm just like, God, it's dry heat. I'm from Texas. Humidity is bad, but it ain't this dry heat, man. And one thing, they didn't tell me back home is like, Vegas ain't that bad, but there is elevation out here. It's about 2,000 feet. The elevation is a little bit different. And I felt that tonight during my training at 3:30 at XC. Man, we had some killers in there, man. Coach Eric kicked our butt today, but it was just like, man, great experience. I was like, man, this is where I'm going to start doing all my camps, and I'm glad I'm out here right now.
And I'm glad you brought that up too, because I was going to ask too, because as far as I knew, you had been training at home, in Houston, stuff like that, and everyone knows right now how bad the surges with the pandemic has been in Houston, especially Texas and stuff like that. So how long ago did you say, I need to go somewhere else? Why did you choose Xtreme Couture? Was it because of things just closed down and your usually training facility, you just had no other options? Like, tell me about what made you go through the process to go to Xtreme Couture out of anywhere else, because any other gym in the country would be happy to have you.
Back home, I live in Katy, Texas. So Katy, I was driving from Renzo Gracie's, Westlake, Houston. That's like an hour away to my other home gym, 4 Ounce Fight Club. And I'm just bouncing, like it just. Wow. So, then when I get there, and there's certain places, I don't have the big guys there. When the big guys aren't there, it's like, man, one day I was just frustrated, man. I let the guys know, hey, man, I really need them. And there was no shows. I went home frustrated, and I sat down and I talked to my wife. And my wife, Kim, she's like, baby, I got your back. Go do it. You need to make it. Hit up Jason Hollis, man. He's like, we're going to XC, Xtreme Couture. Hit up Coach Eric. There was no question behind it. Come on. Eric said, just get out here. We'll get to work. And it's been great so far, and I look forward to taking care of business the 15th and getting out here more and training with these guys, man. I love it so far.
Now, let's talk to me about your opponent at UFC 252, Jorge Gonzalez. He may not have as known a name as Chase Sherman, but you don't get to this level without having talent. And the dude has been 7-1 since 2016. What makes him a challenge when you're looking at the scouting him, preparing for him and stuff like that? When you look at him, what makes him a challenge for you on fight night?
Man, it's hard-nosed Messi. Come on, straightforward like a bull.
Yeah.
Nah, man, I see what they post about. I see his fights. I see how he comes out. Hey, man, but hey, I think it's gonna be like the Chase Sherman. I'm sitting like in Chase's shoes. I'm walking him in the door. I've been there. Now he's got to handle all that. Everything out here in Vegas. He got to handle all that. I've been here. Now it's time to make the most of it, man. But I look forward, man. I'm going for the finish. That's what Coach Eric says. Hey, man, this finish, we're going to break his will. Really put on a performance. I know some guys go to the judges because sometimes you got to do that. But hey, man, when Dana is offering $50,000 for finish or anything, you go for that. You go. I mean, I'm looking for the bonuses. I'm trying to be that crowd pleaser. I owe it to my fans, I owe it for everybody back home, I owe it to everybody, my son, my family. That's what I'm doing it for, man. I'm a blue collar guy. The oil field is hurting right now back home. So I got a message from one of my old buddies, man. He goes, man, you're doing this for us. He goes, man, you're giving us something to cheer about August 15th. They're in the downtime. When I got that message, that was like heartfelt, man. I was like, you're damn right. So I feed off that. Dude, I'm out here, man, by myself. I don't know nobody out here. I'm just meeting new people, train, and I come back, man. There's no Vegas distractions. I'm here for it. It's a business trip, man. This is it. So I'm excited, and hey, man, it's my time.
And it's interesting you mentioned like he's a newcomer. You were there. Were there big like things like in that UFC debut? Even though you did it on a pandemic card, there weren't the crowd, the pomp and circumstance like we're all know. Were there certain elements that were like different to get used to, and that big fight feel? Did it get to you on some level? Did you feel the UFC jitter some people talk about, being in that octagon, the lights, the cameras? Like, do you feel that you went through something that you're glad you got over, and you really feel he's gonna go through anything specific?
Yeah, man, you gotta adjust to it because I followed the second card that ever happened. People may not be in attendance, but the whole world's watching. I mean, it's crazy. You're walking out, you got Megan Levy on the mic talking about you. Walking out, you're like, the camera's in your face. It's like, oh, man, it's starstruck, man.
Yeah.
And you sit down, you have all these meetings. I walked in the room with Paul Fielder, DC, or Forrest, all these big names. You're like, damn. And they really dig into you. Like, they brought up my dad. My dad's my guardian angel. I miss him dearly, but when they brought that up, man, I was heartfelt because you really had to go back and dig and find out, what my dad meant to me, and that meant the world to me. I didn't have, it's probably my first time talking about that, saying that, man. But hey, man, you're my boy, so hey, say it on your show. But yeah, that felt heartfelt, and that's what motivates me. He's my father, man. He's my guardian angel, and that's what I do, man. Blue collar, hard-nosed Mexican, man, ready to put on, man. It's my time.
Have you been working on anything like specific on like a technical level? Maybe something specific, maybe something new, maybe something for Jorge specifically you think you can offer him that can give him trouble? Maybe it was something in the chase fight you're like, you know what? That isn't good enough. I need to fix this or add this. Is there anything in camp you've been trying to add, new, change, anything like that?
Everything chased to love it. Shit. So the leg kicks, I mean, at Renzo Gracie in the 4-ounce fight, we've been drilling on hard nose, man, working the ground and pound, getting guys down, keeping them down. Then coming out here with Coach Eric, working on the footwork, man. It's just, I'm about to soak up all of this and put it on a show, man. I look forward to it because you can see a new Ike. And as I left training today, I told Paul Felder, I said, that heavyweight Ike you saw in Jacksonville ain't the same guy you can see August 15th. He goes, I look forward to it. And it's pretty awesome. So, hey. It's man, like I said, I'm excited, man. I'm gonna take advantage of this last week of hard training with the guys that were here at XC, and man, there's some monsters out here, man. I'm taking advantage of it though, man. It's great fun.
Yeah. Every fight has its pressure, especially at the UFC level, but coming off the loss, and like you mentioned, another baby on the way coming in September, congratulations on that, and all the responsibility that comes with another mouth to feed because you have several ready. Is there like a new pressure for this fight and added intensity maybe in training to not go 0-2 on your UFC start? Because you worked 12 years to get to this moment right here. It's a possibility you only will get one run with the UFC. Is there a new intensity, being away from your family? Like, are you just raring to go, ready to just put this man through a wall at this point?
Yes, sir, man. It's it. This is the make or break time for me, man. This fight means the world to me. And I really got to put on a show, man, and show them, hey, I belong here. And I have as much. And like I said, man, going through this, the pressure is back home. It is on me. But getting away and being able to just work stress-free, you just worry about one job right now. And that's this fight. And I'm thankful for all my support, all my sponsors back home that help me get out here and taking care of me right now. And especially my family, man. Hey, just keep supporting me. But, hey, I know the pressure's on me. But, hey, once that cage closes, it's USA. Let's go to work, baby. That's it.